Hello, everybody. Welcome to our sixth It's in Queens podcast. This covers February 15th to February 21st in Queens, of course. I am Rob Mackay, and I run the Queens Tourism Council. To my left is Chris Donovan from the Daily News, and the Daily News, of course, co-produces this podcast. Today, normally I send Chris the week events, but the computer was down for since 11:30 this morning, and Chris has not seen any of the events that I hold here.
I'm flying
so
blind,
we're gonna see. He has no preparation on this. We're gonna see how he does.
Usually, my exhaustive research exposes a couple of things.
Usually, he's done at least 17 hours of primary and secondary source research. But today, we're still in Black History Month, and it's also Lunar New Year is coming. And actually, as I said, this is February 15th to 21st. We actually have a Valentine's Day leftover.
Oh, nice.
Thing. Yeah.
Well, if you missed it on the 14th, you can catch it the next day.
If you missed it on the 14th, you can still take your special someone to Broadway Valentine at Queens Theater. This is a February 17th and February 18th show.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Let's hear it.
3 real-life couples who perform on Broadway are going to perform Broadway romantic tunes.
Really?
Yes, they're actual real couples. So they're in love, and they will help the audience fall in love or fall back in
nothing
love.
keeps a relationship going than working all day together, going home together, and seeing that person over and over and over again. That is absolutely a prescription for love right there.
That is true. So I have a question for you. What are the odds that you and your wife go to that event?
We would go to that. That's something we would do.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's something I would like to see.
So it's 50-50?
Yeah, for sure.
And what are the odds that if you and your wife go, you both will jump on stage and sing some songs together during the encore?
Here's the problem. My wife is a little stage shy.
Okay.
I'm definitely the more adventurous of the two.
All right.
They call me the karaoke king of Queens. I'm not one to argue. It's just something that I've been burdened with, but
So,
I live up to it.
There it is, Broadway Valentine, February 17th and February 18th at the Queens Theater.
Queens
There
Theater,
is
Flushing
a
Meadow.
pretty good chance you'll see Chris Donovan there, and a pretty good chance you'll see him on the stage, although you probably won't see his wife.
Right.
Those are the Vegas Vegas odds going down from 50 to 75, 25, and 90-10. Now let's look at some of the Lunar New Year stuff. The first thing is a live calligraphy event at Resorts World Casino.
Oh.
2 very, very well-known traditional Chinese artists, KK Wang and Jun Wen, will actually be performing calligraphy live.
Wow. I actually taught myself calligraphy for my wedding invitations because the price of someone to do calligraphy for you is very high. So
okay.
They weren't perfect, but they came out okay.
So just like you might see Chris singing at the Broadway show, you might see Chris jump the stage and do some calligraphy in the Resorts World.
And stranger things have happened. I mean,
the other issue, that by the way, is on February 16th.
and that's a Resorts
which is
World
a Friday
Casino.
at
Right.
Resorts World. The next day, Saturday the 17th, is the big Lunar New Year parade in Flushing.
Oh, this is my hometown.
This is your hometown, and this is the one that goes all through the streets. Everyone is, out.
Now, who are you marching with this year?
I think I'm going to march with. There's a group called the Greater Flushing Chamber of Commerce.
Oh yeah, John Cho.
Yes, John Cho asked me. There's a little event beforehand, and then we march together. I've done it in previous years with the Sheraton LaGuardia East,
Right.
And it's fantastic. You should see how many people are out there. You got the lions, you got the dragons, you got the floats, colorful costumes, people red everywhere.
Yeah, I'm definitely going this year. That's going to be a good one.
Very good. Now, at the same time, that thing starts at 11, but at the same time, or at noon, the Queens Center Mall holds its annual festival.
Nice.
Now, the guy who runs the mall, or the PR for the mall, sent me some photos of last year's, and it's just great. They're fantastic.
He does a nice job with it. It's Elmhurst is becoming a very, very big Asian stronghold lately.
Sort of a satellite Flushing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it includes lion dance, tea tasting, Chinese dance, Korean dance, music, calligraphy, paper folding, paper cutting, Chinese painting, lantern making, a photo booth, and special promotions from some of the stores in the mall.
Nice.
So that actually, I think I might on the way back home from
You're double
the
dipping
parade.
on.
I might go to that.
Look
yeah.
at you.
You never know. You never know.
Big day for you.
Queens Botanical Garden is also getting in the mix. They are having the same day, February 17th. They are also having a Lunar New Year celebration, which will include performances and crafts and stuff like that, and a whole lesson on lucky plants. There are certain lucky plants in the Chinese tradition.
No kidding.
I've been given 2 chrysanthemums and jades. I'm not sure what a jade plant is.
Oh no, I know what a jade like.
Yeah, a jade thing is, but who knows what. So those are the main things I have over here. I don't think there's anything else that I necessarily know about. Black History Month, February.
Right.
We, of course, Queens, of course, is in the center of the action. The Jamaica Center for the Arts is kind of leading the way. On February 16th, they're doing a reading series where young playwrights and poets will be standing up and reading excerpts of their works and
Nice.
stuff like that. They're doing it presented with Brata Theater. Now, Brata, I know that's a Jamaican slang word for like a feast, an abounding feast. So Brata Theater is probably a Jamaican American theater. So maybe there'll be some playwrights there. Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. And the same place, the Jamaica Performing Arts Center, which is different from the Jamaica Center for Arts and Learning.
All right, you got
they're
JPAC
next
and
to each other.
JCal.
Yeah, although they are sort of they're sibling entities. They're doing a concert performing "Ask Your Mama 12 Moods of Jazz." Now, Langston Hughes.
Okay, we got that Langston Hughes Library.
Langston Hughes, we do have a Langston Hughes Library in Queens, but Langston Hughes was a Harlem Renaissance poet, and he wrote this, Ask Your Mama 12 Moods for Jazz. It is a 12-verse epic with music drawn from, are you ready?
Give it to me.
The blues, Dixieland, gospel, boogie woogie, jazz, Latin, German lieder, Jewish liturgy, calypso, and African drumming.
Wow. That is a mouthful.
No Irish jigs. But that sounds like a lot of fun. And on the exact same day, February 17th, but at the Lewis Latimer House, which is one of your favorite houses.
Last week, yep.
Yep. A poet named Charisse Francis and an author named Malcolm Boyd will also be reading their works with accompanying music. And again, they're African American. This is part of the Black History Month. And not to be undone, the same spot, the Lewis Latimer House, is also going to show a movie called 13th, which is a documentary about the 13th Amendment.
I saw a bit of it on Netflix. I didn't watch.
Yeah?
I didn't finish the whole thing, but yeah, very intriguing.
I was going to ask you if you knew what the 13th Amendment did, but I guess you do know it's the one that ended slavery.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
That was
I'm not a history buff, but I got that one.
All right, so if I ask you about the 14th, 15th, 16th,
I got nothing.
forget about it. All right.
I think what was the 18th Prohibition repeal? Was that the 18th?
Well, 21st Amendment. I know a bar in San Francisco called 21st Amendment,
so it had to
and
be
I
the
think
21st,
that's the one
yeah.
that repealed
That's it.
Prohibition,
Yeah. Okay.
probably. So there's also one of the biggest gaming fests coming to Queens this weekend. 3-day event. It's called Indiecade East. Now there's an Indiecade West, but this one happens every year at the Museum of the Moving Image. It is it actually starts on the 16th and it goes straight through the 18th, and they're all day events and stuff. It's all indoors. It describes itself as a weekend dedicated to independent games and people who make and play them. So that means that there will be panel discussions, talks, unveiling of new games, et cetera, and all kinds of activities related to
And listen,
to
there's a
games.
whole gaming subculture out there. I mean, they have Minecraft exhibitions and tournaments. They have people who play video games and they compete for money. I mean, so there's all kinds of video game subculture out there.
I think that in past years they've had one where they've acted out video games where they put on the costumes of the people and they run around. I don't know if
right?
they're doing that this Sunday.
Oh, sounds interesting.
But yeah, I wanted to run a couple of things more before you. first, one of them is the Gruffalo Live. Now, that is basically a children's sort of theater piece at the Flushing Town Hall. Gruffalo is a book, children's picture book about a mouse who goes on a big adventure through the forest.
Oh, sounds good.
Meets an owl, meets a fox, meets a snake.
Oh, it sounds like three natural predators of the mouse,
Well,
right?
according to what I'm reading, the fox is cunning, the owl is eccentric, and the snake is party crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't kid you about something like
No,
that.
why would you?
The other things I'd want to mention is, a story of performing arts, which I think you know about.
We have that's APAC.
APAC.
Right. We have JPAC, JCal,
We have
APAC.
This is APAC.
Right.
Story Performing Arts Center is joining forces with the Beehive Dramaturgy Studio, and they're actually going to present a play in development.
Okay.
And,
What does that mean by a play in development?
Well, the idea is that the audience looks at it. It's not a finished play. The audience looks at it, and then afterwards they give their critiques.
I was going to say, they give them comment cards like you're eating at an Applebee's or something like
Suggestion
that?
boxes, yes.
Really?
And the play is by a guy named Philip Howes. And what I have right here is that people are dying, but nobody takes responsibility. To break the silence of normalized grief, a small community stages an epic intervention.
All right.
So we got you there for that?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Check me in on that one.
Okay.
As long as I can give my opinion, I'm in. Yeah. I mean,
Okay, but yeah,
there's
that's right.
nothing
You
better
can
than
give
giving your opinion.
The final question is: what is your favorite South American country for bird watching?
Oh, well, God. I mean, let's go through South America.
About an 11-way tie? Is it an 11-country tie for you, or a 12-country tie?
I hate to really anger any of them, but I'll go with Argentina. Why not?
Argentina?
Because I love their steak.
Okay, yes, very good. Well, as it turns out, there is something in Queens called the Queens County Bird Club.
We talked about these
talked
people.
about them
Yeah,
before.
they do a lot of events.
They do a lot of really good stuff, and they have a presentation on the birds of Brazil. Really, all the wonders of Brazil.
Oh, I had it.
At the-
Argentina, AB, I was right there.
Yeah, it's both of them are soccer countries.
That's true.
But two members of the bird club were down in Brazil for a couple of months. Actually, they went through a rainforest, a swamp, grasslands, mountains, and highways, and they saw more than 400 bird species and 22 mammal species, as well as butterflies and reptiles.
Now, if I would have thought about it, where is the Amazon rainforest, right?
Yeah.
And I would have gotten to Brazil. I mean, I just didn't. I didn't do it in my head though. I should have made the connection right away.
That's all right. You see, it's because I didn't let you prepare.
That's all right.
You would have been right on top of that. You would have said, "Oh, my favorite birding country in South America." You ask.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is at the Alley Pond Environmental Center, and they pretty much do once a month. They do a presentation on birds from someplace where someone has gone and taken photos. So you can see some great photos, hear all about Brazil. It sounds kind of fun.
It is.
And it's February 21st. At 8 p.m. There are a couple of other events, but I would have to say, please go to www.itsinqueens.com and you will be able to see all of them. I remind you that we also have our Valentine's Day. If you watch this before February 14th, we have a whole post dedicated to Valentine's Day events. That's it. Thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you,
How do
Rob.
you feel about being put on the spot?
I think we did okay.
Okay.
I remembered one thing. We should have mentioned it's the year of the dog for the
Yes.
for the Lunar New Year.
You're right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's the year of the dog, which is going to be a good one for me, I think.
Well, that's my year. I'm
that's your year?
1970, so that's 70 was the year of the dog as well.
Oh, and it's every 7 years?
Yeah.
So, okay.
That makes sense, right? Yeah,
All right.
70 and 41. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's right.
Okay.
I
well,
read something, I think.
I'll have to find out what year I am. That's it. Please, again, www.itsinqueens.com for more information. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Rob Mackay from the Queens Tourism Council, and we have Chris Donovan from the Daily News. Thank you very much.